Revolutionary greetings. Haki Kweli Shakur. Coming back at you once again. And this video right here is a powerful video that, I wanted to drop, being that it's the 23-year anniversary of one of the rebellions of, our new African street tribes, our new African street orgs put down back in 1992 in LA, and all the, things that are going on here today. So, I just wanted to drop this video and, and recite this little, poem, if you want to call it that, but I like to call it political, a political scribe, if you want to, put it in that kind of context. To me, a political scribe, a political essay, that I want to drop. And, I wrote this thing like about, several years ago, and I never got a chance to really put it out there. And I thought this was the perfect timing with all the, rebellion going on in the world right now. You should already know what I'm talking about. But, I'm always a person that's been an advocate and a person who rides with, our combatants, you know what I'm saying, of the streets. A lot of us come from that, particularly I can contest to that, and, I just want to, dedicate this to those Kiwes and those Damus and all street orgs out there, particularly the Kiwes and Damus. And, if you don't know, Kiwe is Crip, Swahili, Damu, Swahili for blood. And, that's just taking it back to our ancestral roots, Got to start speaking in our original tongues when we, when we speaking about our people, because that invokes a spirit that's powerful than none, so. And, reason why I'm not really trying to use the word gang, because the word gang is a political, colonial subject, dehumanizing term, a criminalizing term that came from Europeans and slave masters who enslaved our ancestors, the political prisoners who were kidnapped from Africa and brought over here to the United States of America. And they used to have these things called gangs, where, they would, take particular slaves. Well, I don't even like using that word. I'm trying, it's a habit. I'm trying to stop using that word slave, because I don't really like to use that word to, describe our ancestors. Political prisoners of war that were on plantations across the South. They were put into these things, these sections, these labor sections called gangs. And, that was like, separating the weaker political prisoner from the hard-working physical political prisoner. And this all is on, my video you can check out on my channel as well. It's called, slave breeding. The system that they used, and that particular system, this gang system, was set up on the plantations across the South to, dehumanize our ancestors and to separate, the weaker political prisoner from the strong political prisoner. So I just wanted to make that known also. Like, we got to stop calling our teenagers and all our people, who are in street organizations, street tribes, gangs, because that's a European colonial subject term, and it's really evoking a energy that's not positive. You see what I'm saying? Because our people are not gangs. They're families. They're neighborhood friends. They're neighborhood comrades. That's like any group of people that congregate together, that ride for each other, ride for beliefs, ride for their community, ride for their areas, and all these sort of things. That's what they are. It's family. If we can even use the term like one of the comrades in music say, all in the family. You feel me? So it's like, stop calling our teenagers and stop calling all our people, our new African people, gangs, man, because it's nothing but evoking a negative energy that was set forth by, the colonial, plantation owners, man. So let's get that out of our system. But yeah, man, this is dedicated to the rebellion that happened on this date 23 years ago, April 29th, 1992. Also the historical, street tribe, street organization, Kiwe and Damu, gang truce was initiated in, man. And you know, all the real cats out there got together, you know, and you know, put their guns down, and to focus on the bigger picture was our people, which is why I'm making this video, because you know I'm starting to see all our people starting to come together. It's a beautiful thing, man. And you know, this is destiny, basically. You know, all our people coming together is destiny, man. Even though, you know, I take it to a spiritual sense real quick before I drop this essay. You know, you can't get positive without negative. You know, positive comes out of negative. So, you know, it takes something very catastrophic or something very dark or something very, people want to look at it, you know, as destruction for, you know, change to take place. And out of, you know, that's evolution. That's revolutionary. Out of destruction and darkness comes, you know, positive, light, change, revolution. You feel me? So, you know, our criminal behaviors are starting to be transformed into revolutionary behaviors, and that's evolution. That's natural. It's going to take that course. So, you know, man, we need to be applauding and getting behind our youth and all our teenagers that are in street organizations, street tribes, and to continue to push this revolutionary ideas and this revolutionary energy on those teenagers in the streets. Because, man, like I said before I get to this essay, man, we got to stop looking towards these Uncle Toms and these so-called cats who claim to be conscious, man. Because these cats are not going to be the cats out there on the streets, you know, putting in that work, you know, putting in that rebellion. You know, the ones who are trained and ready to go to shoot back at the system and shoot back at our adversaries, man. Like, these conscious cats are not going to do that, period. You know, and I'm not talking about all conscious cats. I'm talking about certain cats. You feel me? These cats are not going to be out there on the front line. And, you know, off top, and I'm going to keep repeating, the lumping is where the revolution going to start, period. And these are my homies. These are my brothers. These are my sisters. These are my comrades. I love y'all all. You know, even though all us got to deal with our internal contradictions and our internal differences between the Kiwes versus Kiwe thing, Damu versus Damu thing, you know, that's, and to be honest, all that ain't gonna get, you know, smoothed out. All this ain't gonna come together on that. You know what I mean? But we can come together for a more powerful cause, which is this new African thing, man. Our African people, black people, period. You see what I'm saying? But just know that all Kiwes and Kiwes are not going to get along. All Damus versus Damus not going to get along, even though we wish they would. You know what I'm saying? You know, sometimes, you know, that's a big dream, but you must understand, you know, it's always going to be internal differences amongst our people. It ain't even just the street wars. Our people, period. We all going to have internal differences because it's been a long war, man. Like 2 or 3 decades of war, of internal violence on each other and internal differences, man. That's a marathon to come over to withstand, man. Period. That's not a sprint. That's a marathon, man. And you know, we just gotta realize that and take the proper steps and take our time with it. You know, all QAs ain't gonna get along. All Damus ain't gonna get along. All street wars are not gonna get along. But they do, you know, come together at the right time when we gotta, you know, go against this beast and go against this power structure of the United States of America, United States. And that's a beautiful thing. And I just want to say, man, shout out to A-Trade Gangster Crips. Y'all already know what it is, man. All sides, north side, south side, you know, back west, far west. You know, shout out to the real ones, you know, nationwide, international, especially in South Central LA. You know, shout out to the OGs, A-Trade Gangster Crips, man. If y'all don't know, that's the you know, military hood that, you know, enforce their, you know, combative actions that sparked the LA rebellion. You see what I'm saying? If you don't know the history on that, go check that out. That came from A-Trade Gangsters, man. Crips, ETG, August Boys. If y'all don't know what it is, August 3rd Collective all day, August 3rd Collective South. And, you know, they initiated that LA rebellion. That came from the lumping. That came from the streets, man. So you cats won't get it twisted. Give props where props is due. Give respect and honor where it's due. You know, to ETG. Even if you don't like ETG, you still gotta give them props. You know what I'm saying? Because they sparked that rebellion. So, you know, make sure my peoples get their proper respect, man, because that's what it is all day long. And rest in peace to Tookie, because this was this dedicated to, man. Tookie Williams, You know, all the OGs, one love to my big bro, son, Haki Kweli Shakur, aka Monster Cody. You know, if it weren't for him, man, you know, I'd probably still be colonized. But he already know what it is. You know, he showed me the road, and I'm walking with it, running with it. You know what I mean? So I gotta give love to him. And a shout out to Raymond Washington, man. You know I ain't gonna leave you out. You know, one of the original OGs, and just to all original OGs, man. That's who this is dedicated to. Excuse my tongue. And you know, this what it is right here. It's called Kiwe and Damu Umoja, which is Swahili for unity. Kiwe and Damu Umoja is a must. Tookie no by Haki Kweli Shakur. So check it out. It go like this, man. Umoja. Blue versus red is dead. Warriors old and young. It's time to put down a gun. Because day by day, night by night, we losing one by one. Mothers and fathers, sons and daughters from east to west, north to south and midwest, new African lands. We're losing the test that has been set from the wrong information, released from the beast to divide and conquer our will to survive and strive for Umoja. In the new African black culture, look how we doing each other. Like vultures and predators, hunting and killing each other like prey. Comrades, it's time for a new day, a new way to deal with frustration and anger without putting one in the chamber, putting innocent lives in danger. Blue versus red is dead. It's time to use your head. Instead of banging on each other over blue and red and killing your brother and sister with lead, created by the heads of this country, the empire of the United States of America, we are living and dying in. We got to make amends to cleanse our skin and spirit of this disease of self-hatred and use them blue and red flags for something more sacred, like what it is, like what it was birthed in pre-potential after the Black Panthers, true desire, love, and new African black pride, black Umoja, because so many done died in our community, some before and after puberty. Blue versus red is dead because it has no more thread, like bald tires. We got to stop adding gas to 4 decades of fire. Time to put it out and come together and go straight route for these new African kids who watching and want to emulate because they want to relate. Because they have no father and mother with economical security, knowledge, or food on their plate. It's time to show them that negative can always become positive and it's one life to live. Like a Damu Stanley Tookie Williams did before he was prosecuted and executed, assassinated. You must come together for his vision so that he didn't die in vain. Because it's time for sunshine revolution and no more pain. Filled with rain and teardrops and closed caskets, while the imperialist beasts smile and laugh at us, calling us lost black bastards, of the forefathers who were killed and assassinated and incarcerated, and look who we following, the same trail, but not for real movement, but a blind one. Blue versus red is dead. And least and not last to be said, new African internal oppressive actions of genocide needs to take its last ride. Out our culture and tie them flags in a knot and let's strategize upon preserving our lives and become a vanguard of models and leaders, because these kids really need us to protect, teach, and guide them to a productive future, because we done showed them non-productive negative energy. Now let's show them productive full-scale energy. After being so long up against all odds, now let's lift up the fist and rise out on this sick abyss, because I'm saying it because it needs to be said. Come together for one last time. Let's shout blue versus red is dead, and let's shout peace and Umoja. Dedicated to all the Kiwes and Damus of this 40-year eternal violent war. So that was my, political essay / poem, man. I hope y'all dig that. I hope y'all spread this video nationwide. You see what I'm saying? And let's start new African, communal organizing, man. NACO, you know what I mean? And let's just start being, new African defenders of our ancestors, you know what I mean? Nadata, excuse me. I get tongue twisted sometimes when I come up with these, abbreviations for, what we do out here, man. So, man, much love to all the Kiwes, much love to all the Damus, much love to all the folks, much love to all the BDs, much love to all the street organizations, all the street tribes across the United States Empire America, man. Let's come together, man. Let's start attacking this beast, man. Let's start protecting our communities, man. Because it's the only way we're going to stop this police brutality and stop all this killing of our teenagers, man. If all you cats nationwide come together and organize in y'all own backyards and keep these beasts off our kids, man. Because y'all the strength, man. Y'all what's going to spark the revolution, man. As you can see, the rebellion's taking across United States now, man, from Ferguson to Baltimore. You feel me? So it's like, man, trust me, man. This Umoja thing for real, man. The energy working, the ancestors working, man. And I'm gonna sign off right here, man. Haki Kweli Shakur, Cedar Gabriel Prosser. You feel me? And Umoja Tutashinda. Together we will win. And new African power, power to all people. You know what I mean? And power to those who don't fear freedom. And I'm going to sign off right here, man. Kiwe, Damu, Ma Penduzi, Damu. Rebuild, not destroy.